Greetings, this is Paul, your Pacific Northwest trail guide. I want to help you pick your next trail to explore, so let's check this one out. The Beacon Rock Jaunt is a 1.5 mile trip up to the top of Beacon Rock and back within the Beacon Rock State Park in Washington State. You'll follow an amazing network of switchbacks that are a mix of wooden ramps and flat areas carved into the stone, climbing almost 600 feet along the way. You'll want to have a Washington Discover Pass to park at the trailhead here, which you can pick up at various places in the park if you don't already have one. Also, keep in mind that sometimes the Beacon Rock Trail can be unexpectedly closed, as it often needs maintenance, so it's good to have a backup plan. Luckily, there are several other trails to explore close by. Head to Beacon Rock State Park on Highway 14 in Washington to get there. You'll see a long parking area on the riverside of the highway for the Beacon Rock Trailhead. It's just a little bit east of the park headquarters, and of course, right next to Beacon Rock, which you can't miss. Walking away from the parking area towards Beacon Rock, you'll pick up the start of the Beacon Rock Trail, where an interpretive sign tells the tale of Henry Biddle, who was responsible for creating the trail. The trail will take you up a gentle slope all the way back to the south side of the rock, where you come up several switchbacks facing the river before turning away to the north, where you climb further to reach the summit point. The walk around to the back of Beacon Rock is a nice, sheltered stroll. The strong gorge winds typically greet you as you emerge and head up a few longer switchbacks on the side of the Beacon Rock. The steeper climbing begins as you go up the west side of Beacon Rock a bit, going through a gate before you reach the tighter switchbacks on the south face. The incredible amount of work that went into building this trail makes for a safe, comfortable walk up what would otherwise be sheer cliffs. Going up this tight network of ramps and paved paths on the side of the rock is probably the most fun section. As you look up and down at the paths, you might feel like you're stuck in an M.C. Escher drawing. Don't forget to grab a few views of the gorge on your way up, though. This spot right here before you turn back to the north through the wooded area on the rock is probably the best view on the trail now that the trees have grown in so much at the top. Another set of longer but fewer switchbacks takes you the rest of the way to the top of Beacon Rock. When you hit this last stretch with stairs sized for a giant, you've almost reached the top. There are no longer 360-degree views up here at the top, but you can see out to the east well and read about how you're standing on what used to be the core of a volcano millions of years ago. Assuming you haven't brought your climbing gear to go down a different way, the same trail awaits for your return trip. Given the view is fairly limited at the top, you might fancy a longer stop on the way back at one of the many great spots. As with most things, for this little trip up Beacon Rock, it pays to appreciate the journey more than the destination. Here are the ratings for this trail to consider. The trail is really well constructed and maintained. It's even paved much of the way. I'll just give it 2 rocks for a few rough rocky patches and the steep stairs at the end. For elements, just consider it is usually quite windy and you're on the exposed face of a rock for much of it. So I rate elements 2 as well. As far as jaunts go, this is a longer one, so I'll give it 2 boots, whereas most short jaunts under a mile would typically rate 1. And finally, we rate the climb with an average 3. You are covering a lot of elevation in such a short way, but the grade is not very steep actually. That does it for this short edition of Pacific Northwest Trail Guide. I hope I have or will soon help you pick your next trail to explore. Remember, a picture may be worth 1,000 words, but an experience with all of your senses cannot even be conveyed in pictures or videos. So don't take my word for it. Get out there and see this gem for yourself.